Hey guys, I'm back out here on my 1984 Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck. I painted this tailgate yesterday. If you watch yesterday's video where I was putting the Chevrolet dash on the original dash on this truck, I also painted the tailgate. I wound up using, let me see, Rust-Oleum Sunrise Red on it, and it's pretty close match. The tailgate was originally black, in case you're a new subscriber. I got the truck, the tailgate was black. It must have had a ding or something during its 35 years of being around here. So the tailgate was different. The tailgate was black. So I'm using that to my advantage. This truck has scuff marks and stuff all over it. So, and it's been treated with Penetrol, and that's why it's shiny. I kind of like that look. So, as I said, painted this tailgate yesterday with the Rust-Oleum. Had to go with that because at the paint supply store, they wanted $21 per can to match up the paint. So I got this Rust-Oleum for like, I'll say $5. It's less than that, but I guess tax, $5. I let it set overnight. I took a piece of this rough Scotch Brite. I went over it and scuffed it up to try to make it look like the original tailgate on this truck. I scuffed it up where your hands would be and things would hit it and things like that. Went down through here. As I said yesterday, if you watch yesterday's video, I had intended on maybe painting this flat black, but I didn't. I just scuffed it up. I'm just going to leave it like this, and that's good enough. I didn't bother scuffing this up because if you'll remember, I've got this aluminum piece that bolts up here, so I didn't waste no time on that. But anyway, I'll stand back and let you kind of look at it. It's pretty close. I tried to scuff up the edges so you would not notice maybe the paint not matching just exactly. If you've seen some black in between, you're really not seeing it, you know, the two colors side by side. So that was my goal. I've done it over here too. Okay, now I have come back and decided to put this Penetrol on it. This stuff right here. My first time to use it on one of my own vehicles. I've got a little throwaway plastic container, and I've just put some on with this brush. And I want to tell you, if you put Penetrol on, a little bit goes a long way. One little small dip, I've got all this done through here, and it's drying pretty quick. So I'm going to get back at it, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So hang on. Hey guys, I'm back putting this Penetrol on that I told you I was going to do. I've got this little plastic container. Look how much is in here. Now I just poured a little bit. I'm telling you, a little bit. I started right here, and actually I dipped my sponge too much because I've been having to go over it. But it just, I'm telling you, if you decide to put this on your vehicle, a little bit goes a long way. Better to start out with just a little and add more as it is to start out with a whole bunch, because each one of these crevices down through here where the gravity is pulling it toward the center, you get little runs and drips that you have to keep going over. So I went over this a bunch of times, and I think I got the majority of it done. But as I said, a little container like this, I've done the whole tailgate on this side with just a little bit of Penetrol. And I'd say that Penetrol baller right here would probably do a whole bunch of cars and trucks. It don't take much. So I'm going to let this sit here another minute or two and keep looking for drips and runs. Let it dry. Actually the wind is in my favor today. Normally I'm talking about the wind. Every time I go to paint, the wind starts blowing, but today it's doing me a favor, and it's actually drying this up pretty quick. Well, my suggestion, some people use brushes. I don't like to use brushes personally because with the sponge, I don't have to worry about bristles coming off and stuff and getting into the whatever I'm trying to put Penetrol on. You know, you get those little hair-like bristles that come off the paintbrush, and you have to kind of dig them out, and I'm not really into that. The sponge, I don't have to worry about that. And actually, I can use a sponge to kind of sop up some of the Penetrol that I've put too much on. But as I got going down through here, I realized just a little bit goes a long way, and this stuff, it's nearly dry. So I'm probably gonna do that's still tacky. I'll wait a few more minutes and let this sun and the wind be in my favor. And then I'll lift the tailgate up and I'll do the outside of the tailgate. So hang on. Okay friends, what do you think? I'm pretty much done putting the Penetrol on this truck. And I know it's not perfect, but it's the best that I can do. And I've never put this on any of my vehicles before, so this is kind of a new experience for me. I'll show you what the other side looks like. Of course, I don't have my chrome on yet, but it doesn't really match the inside of the bed. But if you'll remember, just the outside of this truck has had the Penetrol treatment. The inside of the bed was not. So I might have to go back and put Penetrol on this too. Penetrol is kind of funny to work with. By that I mean, if you put a drop here or just a little bit of excess on your brush, then it's not long till it starts just running. So dripping, I mean. So I've done this whole tailgate, I don't know how many times. I put the Penetrol on it, and then let's see, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. I got this sponge, and my suggestion is if you decide to use a sponge like I did, get you a couple of them, because up in this area right here, up in here, it was dry. And I was using that to my advantage because I was trying to take away some of the shine so it wouldn't really stand out. So this right here was a dark black. I kept wiping it with my sponge back and forth until I got it somewhat dull. And all this stuff right here was already in the tailgate, by the way. But you've just got to be a little bit of Penetrol goes a long way, believe me. It's easier to fill up the container you're using it in and to put just a little bit on your paintbrush or sponge, as I use, and just go back and get some more, as it is to dump a whole bunch, because chances are you're not going to use all of it. But as I said, this is my first time to do this. The tailgate was black yesterday. Painted it, scuffed it up, and put Penetrol on it. So, I mean, like my wife said, you know, about 5 foot away or so, it doesn't look too bad. And I'm hoping that the shiny part will kind of tone down just a little bit as time goes on, but it's not too bad of a match, really. There's some dull spots in the tailgate, and that's fine because this is an old truck, and I'm trying to make it look like an old shop truck, work truck. So the sides, as you can see, the Penetrol on this is kind of faded, so I'm assuming this will do the same thing. I'm still learning about all this stuff. So anyway, I'm trying to give you a little update, and if you decide to use Penetrol, if you get this right here at I'm assuming Lowe's or Home Depot or something, you can do a whole bunch of cars and trucks with this, because I'm telling you, just a little bit goes a long way. I can't stress that enough. And the other thing I want to stress, if you're doing this kind of stuff, is if you have too much on your brush, go back in just a minute or 30 seconds or whatever and check it again, because you'll start seeing runs. And I've went over this probably 25 to 40 times over this tailgate, trying to get it where it didn't have runs in it and kind of dull it up a little bit. As I said, today my big friend was Mr. Sponge, if you're wondering, for me. And also that Scotch Brite, the course. Anyways, it took me several hours to do this, and as I said, I'm not a professional, I'm just a novice. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you think it looks pretty good. I'll stand back. I guess the further back you get, the better it looks, but I'll shoot you a video sometime when I get I'm going to let this dry, and I'll shoot you a video sometime with the aluminum piece on, and we'll see what it looks like. But it looks better than a totally black tailgate, in my opinion. Hope y'all's having a good day. I'm having an outstanding day. Ready to get me a drink of water. I guess you can tell my throat is dry. Hope y'all's having a good one. Check me out later. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Appreciate it, y'all. I'll see you later.